in Ireland broadcast, my little chance to take a few minutes with you to give you some great Ireland travel tips and help you on your adventure. My name is Jody Halstead, and I am the publisher of Ireland Family Vacations, as well as the voice behind the Traveling in Ireland podcast. Today, we are going to talk about what to wear in Ireland. Now, that's kind of a broad category, and if I were to go through everything, it would take longer than the 5 to 10 minutes that I usually plan to spend with you. So I'm going to touch on just a few main things. But if you look into the show notes, you're going to see that there is a link there. And that link will take you to an article that lists everything more in depth. So we're going to go through just a few things to kind of give you a basis of how to pack for your Ireland vacation. And then, of course, there's always the comment section below. So if you have any questions, go ahead and leave a comment and I will answer it. I always respond. So we are going to dig into what to pack for your Ireland vacation. Now, the thing that you need to know is that Ireland doesn't have big temperature sweeps. They're not rising to 100 in the summer and sinking to below freezing in the winter. It just doesn't happen. It's a very moderate climate. And in fact, usually they don't go above about 75 degrees in the summer on average. And they really don't dip below freezing in the winter. Now, of course, there are a few days that are anomalies. But for the most part, Ireland really stays within that 40 degrees from 35 Fahrenheit to 75 Fahrenheit. So it's not a huge temperature swing, right? So we're going to talk today about how to pack. And if you remember nothing else from this broadcast, remember this. Always think in layers. So if you are packing a jacket, make sure it's a jacket that you can layer a couple of things under. Now, my favorite piece of layering, my favorite item for layering is a Q-zip. So this is just a plain old Q-zip. I actually got this one at Costco. And it's just a merino wool, thin, so you can see it's not terribly heavy. You can kind of see my fingers through it there. But it's wool, so it's really, really warm. And so I will layer this over the top of a t-shirt and then under a jacket. So if I get too warm, I can take it off. If I get too cold, I can put it on. And it really, really is, it's probably my favorite layering piece for Ireland. So it's just, again, just a Q-zip. And you can get these, like I said, I got mine at Costco. I think they have them at Target and Kohl's, obviously Amazon. So it's my favorite thing. You can get them for men and women and kids. I love it. I wear this. I have 3 or 4 of these, and every one of them goes to Ireland with me on every trip. So now, one thing that you really want to think about is shoes. Shoes take a lot of space and they weigh a lot. So I recommend 3 pair of shoes for Ireland for women, probably only 2 for men, unless you're a man who likes shoes. But my 3 pair of shoes for Ireland, if it's fall, I take a pair of boots and I wear those on the plane so I don't have to pack them. So it's like a pair of nice leather boots, right? So I wear those on the plane. And those are my shoes for going to the pub or walking around the cities. If it's summer, I usually don't take a tall boot. I will take a nice flat. So a boot or a flat. And then if I'm walking around and I know it's going to be wet, so if I'm doing I know I'm hiking, I take a waterproof hiking boot. I am a fan of Keen shoes. And so I take a pair of Keen hiking boots. And those weigh a lot and they take a lot of space. Stuff things in them when you're packing. So stuff them full of socks or, underwear or just, the little things that don't have a place. But use that space because they take a lot of room. Now, and then I take 1 pair of shoes that I know are comfortable for walking, but are not hiking shoes. And those are Keens as well. And they are this one. So they're a slip-on. They're waterproof. They're leather. They have a great sole on them, but they're not heavy like a hiking boot. So I take these, and these are like my everyday shoe. So those are the 3 pair of shoes that I recommend you take, um, as a woman. So it's a pair of either boots or shoes for evenings and city wear, a pair of comfortable walking shoes. They could even be tennis shoes. They don't have to be a waterproof. I like waterproof shoes in Ireland just because you never know how wet it's going to be, right? And then a pair of waterproof hiking boots if you're going to be doing a lot of hiking. Now for guys, I would probably just get rid of one of those pair of shoes. I know my husband takes a pair of boots. He's a boot guy. He wears boots every day, and then he takes a pair of hiking shoes. So those are his 2 pair, and that's really all you need. So no need to pack a suitcase of shoes, okay? 2 to 3 pair of shoes is more than enough for everybody. Now, what I will say you can never have enough of in Ireland is a good pair of socks. I like woolen socks. I actually buy 3 or 4 pair of socks every time I'm in Ireland because I like the wool socks for hiking and to keep my feet warm. They have a little bit of water resistance as well. So you can never have too many socks, especially if you know you're going to be outside, because if your feet are cold and wet, you are cold and wet. So if you're going to pack extra of anything, make it socks, okay? Now, as far as pants go, really you're going to be fine in jeans. You'll see a lot of teenagers in Ireland wearing training pants or legging type things. And so that's really, really fine if you like to be comfortable. You want to wear a pair of trainers, that's great. My personal favorite pants come from a company called Scottevest. And the reason I love these pants is because they have a bazillion pockets. Scottevest has kind of revolutionized pockets, especially for women, because as a woman, you know that if you have a pair of cargo pants, they hold nothing. So these Scottevest pants I love. So this, I have them, they come in 3 colors, and I have them in every color. There's the green, khaki, gray, and black. But I love them because they have a snap pocket here, and then above it they have a zip pocket, and it's really deep, like my whole hand fits in it, right? And then they have a zip pocket on the side, inside of a regular pocket, and these are really deep. So you can put car keys and money and things that you don't want to lose in the zip pocket. And then you still have room for your hands if you like your hands in your pockets. They have in this other side pocket, one of these pockets that's down your leg has an extra pocket inside of it as well. So it's kind of like a third pocket inside the snap pocket right here. So this pocket's like 2 pockets. So you can, I usually put my mobile phone into these pockets. If I'm carrying a Wi-Fi device like this one, this is a Wi-Fi candy pocket device. So I usually pop that in there, so I'm always connected. My mobile phone, if I'm carrying an extra camera lens, it goes in one of these. Like I said, my car keys. If I don't, I'll put my passport actually in one of the zip pockets, so I'm never leaving my passport if I'm not carrying a bag. And then it has 2 back pockets as well that snap. So again, these are the Margo cargo pants from Scottevest. I also love them because they cinch up. So they're a long pant, but they have these little strings so that you can cinch them up to whatever length you like. So these are my favorite pants to wear in Ireland. I wear them every day unless I'm going, if I'm going to the pub or if I'm going to a nice dinner, if I know I'm walking around Dublin City. But if I'm not doing any of those things, I have these pants on all the time. For men, they make a really nice cargo pant as well. But I found that, men's cargo pants have pockets. So it's not that hard for men to find a good cargo pant. But Scottevest is a really great company. In fact, it's the company I use for most of my travel gear. And I am going to show you just a couple of jackets that we have as well. Now, so in Ireland, you can never really rely on the weather. They kind of pride themselves on, 4 seasons in a day, right? And we actually experienced that, believe it or not, in June. We were in Northern Ireland, and it was sunny, and then the clouds rolled in, and I am almost positive that we actually saw a snow flurry when we were out across the Carrick-a-Reid rope bridge. So it just kind of blew in. There was heavy rain, there was sleet, there was hail, and then I'm almost positive that there was a snowflake or 2. So, but it started out really warm. So again, this is where the layers come in, right? but I want to show you the Scottevest jackets. So these are the jackets I usually travel with. This is the Pinney Coat. Now this is my coat that I use for winter when I'm in Ireland. Again, it doesn't get terribly, terribly cold. So this one is actually a really good, heaviness for me. But the thing I like about the Scottevest jackets is you have, again, loads of pockets, right? So you have 2 phone pockets, 1 on each side. You have a pocket here. This can hold your sunglasses. It actually even has a little sunglasses thingy on it. You have pocket below it right here, and this one, and they're all kind of labeled. This one says camera. My camera doesn't fit in it, but if you have a small camera, they'll go in there. And then this has sections inside of it to hold SD cards and things like that. And then over here you have 2 really large pockets. So you have one that'll hold like an iPad and one for your plane ticket or your passport or whatever. So this is the Pinney Coat from Scottevest. And it's like mid-thigh length, right? So they have some that are shorter, some that are longer, some that are different weights. But this is the one I love for winter. Now my husband has a few Scottevest coats too. And this is his enforcer jacket. And again, it has like all the pockets. I want to say there's like 18 pockets in this jacket. And it has, and he's got, this one has a liner in it too. So it's really nice. It's got pockets on the inside, pockets on the outside. And you can just get to everything. And then you don't have to carry an extra bag. That's the one thing that I think hinders people is they're, carrying so much in a bag. And I love the Scottevest coats and items just for the fact that I don't have to carry a bag if I don't want to. So anyway, those are my really quick tips for packing for Ireland. Again, if you look into the show notes, you're going to see a link to an article that goes even further in depth. But if nothing else, remember this: always plan to pack in layers, bring more socks than you think you need, and waterproof shoes are your friends, but no more than 3 pair of shoes need to go for women, and 2 usually for men, unless you really are a shoe guy, and then max it out at 3, just like the ladies. So I hope that was helpful for you. Again, any questions, go ahead and leave them down below in the comments, and I will respond. And until next time, slangeful.